What's up, Champions fam? It's Zeke 4-0 back in a brand new WWE Champions video. And look who we have here, who's finally and officially in the game now. Modern era technician Johnny Gargano, aka Johnny Wrestling. First and foremost, I am a huge fan of this card art. The artwork as of late for the Champions cards has been beast mode, apex, immaculate, breathtaking. However, I can't say the same when it comes to the actual full-blown character designs. I can say the same about Bayley as well as Drew McIntyre. Their card art, incredible. But the actual characters in-game, not a huge fan, but that's just me personally. But we're going to go ahead and dive on in and see what he's all about before the exclusive 4-star gold gameplay videos start rolling out. So let's go ahead and see what Johnny can do. He has two links, a NXT show link, color moves, start with one more MP, as well as a modern era link, gems will do 5% more damage. He does not have any exclusive gear at this point in time, but things are always subject to change. So we might see some gear in a leaderboard reward or maybe even a milestone reward. But right now, he does not have any gear, hence why I'm not showing it. When it comes to his coaching ability, when you recruit him and unlock him, Silence Gems will do 5% more damage. At 3-star silver, 5K, they will do 10% more damage. And at 4-star bronze, 9K, they will do 15% more damage, but moves that generate silence gems will create one more silence gem. So just to, take y'all back to school real quick, some specialty gem 101, botch gems, when you put them down on the board, when your opponent connects them, they will get their MP, but they will not be dealing any damage. And this also can work in your favor when in a pin situation, because if they use botch gems to escape a pin, it will count as 0. So that will help you out with the bar and getting an easy dub. So that is something to keep in mind here. Then we have silence gems. Silence gems, you will receive damage, but your opponents will not get their MP for their moves. So that's one thing you got to look at as a catch-22. Yes, I will be receiving some gem damage from the connects that they do, but they will not be receiving that MP to get those moves off. So it gives me a little extra time to do some things and put the gems in proper order so I can walk away with the W. So that's something good to consider. Now, whether this is going to be something of a coaching ability that's going to be utilized for Ciampa later down the line, the same way we have Bayley and Sasha helping each other out with their abilities, we do not know yet. But this is a coaching ability that will help out a couple champions that are already in game, such as my broski, new face of America, Kevin Owens. So this is definitely a good look. Now let's move on to the moves. He has a submission finisher, the Gargano escape. Basically, right out of the gate, you're going to be placing submission gems down on the board. They're going to deal damage for a set amount of turns, and any of those remaining submission gems will turn into X-break gems. So we go from a defensive submission, helping taking down MP as well as health over time, while also setting you up to cause some chaos by blowing up the board with some X-break gems. Then we have the German suplex, dealing damage and making random gems into green gems. So that's a good look to help get off that submission. We also have the middle rope diving flatliner, dealing damage and making random gems into blue gems. Following that, we have the straight sidekick, dealing damage and allowing us to choose gems to destroy. So that's definitely another good look right there. Finally, we have the reverse Frankensteiner, dealing damage, allowing us to choose rows to make into 2-turn countdown gems. That will make random gems turn into green gems once activated. And finally, the roll-up kick, dealing damage plus bonus damage for every green gem. So this guy's going to be pretty offensive as well as defensive. He has a couple of ways of cycling his moves off. Now, I do believe there is a trainer or a coach out there that does reduce the amount of time or for your countdown gems so you can be able to spam that. I think there is. I haven't heard much about them, but I do believe there should be a champion in game right now that does have that ability. So that would be cool. We also have this roll up kick here, boosting the damage, like bonus damage for every green gem. The same way McIntyre has a move that does the damage for every red gem. But if I recall correctly, I believe that, yeah, it should be the same. They basically do the same thing. Basically, you get the move damage, plus you get additional damage for every color gem of that specific color on the board. So that's definitely going to be a solid look for him. You also got a move here to destroy gems. Once again, I don't have this champion, so I really don't know. I know Cesaro helps you destroy green gems. I do not recall who the champion is who allows green moves to destroy more green gems or more gems in general. So that's something else to consider depending on where you are with your roster. And of course, we have this middle rope that's going to be putting some blue gems down on the board. So that's cool. Seth NXT, he's going to have some usage here. And then you also have Razor getting some usage for making random gems and the green gems. So all in all, pretty solid guy here. Solid coaching ability, pretty niche. Yeah, pretty niche, but it's still going to have some utility for someone. Only two links here. For me, when I look at champions, I personally feel that a top-notch champion, outside of perks, okay? Perks can make anybody look good. Plus, medals and straps. It's just a part of the meta, right? Because this is what we're living in, a 4-star gold meta. So that's something to be prepared for. Realistically, two links, not that good. Because let's be realistic. NXT's show link is a show link, but it isn't, WCW, ECW. It isn't Raw or SmackDown. So it's not really going to do that much for you. Like, this is genuinely a link. In order to make it work, you would need perks fully maxed for you to get something out of him. Now, granted, he has a couple low charge moves, so it's not going to be that hard to get them off. But at the same time, do you really want to risk all that? Like a guy like Trickster legend Ric Flair Nature Boy has a boatload of links that I can use. Even if I don't use him, even though I got a 4-star gold fuse for him, right? He has plenty of links that I can use to make my roster better depending on who I choose as his partner. The same goes with Big Show. Big Show has a boatload of useful links. Even Randy Orton, the Viper, has a boatload of useful links that I can use. The Hart Foundation, they only have a couple links, but all those links help benefit you one way or the other. The NXT link, there's not that many subcategory NXT champions the way that you could say there are when it comes to subcategories like the women's division or zombies, okay? So you only got so much you can properly work with. Now, if they started bringing more champions into it, like Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, okay? Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Nia Jax, Asuka, if they started bringing all those characters into the NXT subcategory, then it would be a little bit worthwhile. But a lot of those champions already have, SmackDown or Raw, so there's really no need for it at this point in time. But I still feel after this NXT contest that's going on, I still feel that Triple H should have an NXT link. And I also talked to somebody the other day. I also feel, going off topic real quick, I do feel that since Vince McMahon does own the WWE, he should at least have a link for both SmackDown and Raw, so he can go with anybody. And since he did buy his competition when it comes to WCW, he should also have it. It's just something to throw out there because some people got Vince. It's been easy to pull him. It will make his utility go throughout the roof because he's a pretty solid champion, but he would also breathe life into a lot of other champions. You can run them together and get that easy clap W depending on who you're utilizing. But I digress. The point is, real talk, the 4-star gold gameplay is about to be out soon. You're going to have something to look forward to. In my opinion, when it comes to Johnny Gargano, There's going to be a couple ways to get him. More than likely, there's going to be some bags that are going to offer some shards for him. Possibly, you're probably going to have some milestone rewards that are going to give you a certain amount of shards for him, because it does say it takes 1,200 shards to unlock him. So we might get a contest this upcoming weekend where we get half the shards here, and then you pull on a banner for him to get the rest of his shards to unlock him at 4-star at least, or maybe at a lower rarity. Whether the pull rates are going to be boosted, so that you can actually have a better chance of getting him this weekend, I strongly, highly doubt that, because that's not how Champions does things. But I will say this, to pull or not to pull, let's be real. I'm really proud of a lot of the community out there who's actually been sticking together and, unsubscribing, canceling their subscriptions to VIP, people who've been falling back on spending their disposable income on Champions, because let's be realistic, the state of Champions right now is garbo. We got a real life worldwide pandemic going on. We want things to take our mind off the chaos that's outside, living inside our homes with our loved ones, okay? Things can get a little crazy when you cramped up in the same space over a certain amount of time and not getting that real elbow room that you wish and desire for. And we were all looking for Champions to step it up, to help us have a solid distraction throughout this. And let's be realistic, this is hands down probably one of the worst MLCs ever, but that's amplified because of the simple fact of what's going on in the world, and they continue to aim for our pockets. And let's look at this NXT contest as an example. This was, at first, on paper, it sounded great. A good way to show love to the free-to-play side. Everyone can get a free bag, walk away with 5 free new champions if you just started the game for NXT, get some dupe shards. But then next thing you know, all chaos broke loose, because even if you get through the normal and the hard, because how this double strapped up meta is going with hell mode, no one's not trying to be utilizing all their props to get through a match. Not everyone's trying to be using their IGC in-game cash to win a match, to get a coin, especially if you're not going to be able to get through all of it, all the health packs that are being burnt through, the faction heals that are being utilized during times before a flash feud, which the preparation time has been delayed at the moment, so that's going to be on the lookout for that. We do have a flash feud coming up, and we also got a showdown mode tournament. There's a lot going on in Champions all at once, and all these things are things that Champions is using to get money out of people during a time where people should be holding on to their money. So to pull or not to pull, as much as I like Johnny Gargano, I'm a bigger fan of Tommaso Ciampa. I say to skip, because real talk, even when Ciampa comes out, I would still suggest to skip, because these guys are going to come back on later banners. You're going to have a chance to get them. And also consider this, player's choice might pop up out of nowhere like an RKO. The same way we might also end up getting a best of 2020 loot banner. What you don't get now, you can get later down the road. And that's just real talk. He's a solid technician. But is he a root of all evil, Aleister Black? No. Is he a Kofi Kingston against all odds? No. Is he a Bruno Sammartino? No. Is he a Jake the Snake Roberts? No. Is he even a Doink the Clown? No. So just hold off on him. I get it. Some people are huge fans, but I want people to understand something that you need to learn, that I've learned from other mobile games that I play. Certain characters are just there as filler, and I hate to say this about Johnny. Johnny wrestling is filler. Why would I pull for somebody who has 2 links that aren't going to do much of anything? Why would I pull for a guy whose moves really legit need trainers and coaches to make sure that he flows properly, and I need maxed out perks? Champions has just put themselves in a bad situation that isn't really helpful for anyone. So continue your ban of not spending. All of you who are doing it, those of you who wish to join in on it, by all means, be my guest. Stand united, not divided. It shouldn't be free to play versus pay to play. It should be us against Champions and Scopely, because it's a shame that Scopely will address issues within their other titles, such as Scrabble Go, okay, or Walking Dead, Road to Survival, or Looney Tunes, A World of Mayhem. They will address issues in those games and titles before they even touch down on Champions. And Champions brings in so much disposable income. If they don't care about their community or their player base, then we should not care about what deals and offers they put in the store, because quite frankly, it's just a constant, continuous, consecutive cash grab that needs to be ended. It needs to be deaded. And the only way we're going to do that is if we say no. Yes, I want Johnny in the game, but I'm not going to go after Johnny just because you're waving him in my face. I will not submit. I will not give in, because I'm a champion. I know myself as an individual, as a person. I know my worth. And there's a lot of things we got to get over. A while back, we complained. We stood up for what we believed in when it came to perks. They lowered the prices of perks. They listened to us. But then what did they do? They showed their faces. They showed their asses. And the next MLC, they boosted the prices right back up. It's ridiculous. The balancing within this game is asinine, absolutely ludicrous. We shouldn't be spending as much coins as we are by now. They should have been changed the gauge of how we level up champions. We have been getting mad opportunities at 5-star silver tokens, and yet we have lost an opportunity at getting 4-star gold tokens, and have seen a lack of 2-star silver tokens as well, when those are all needed with the meta that is available. Granted that not everyone does have a 4-star gold, a 4-star silver, or 4-star bronze. Guess what? The reality of it is that the 4 stars are a part of the meta. That is in the game. Nothing's going to change that. And it's better to just break bread and deal with it, accept reality, and learn how to adapt than make a complaint about it. There's no point in crying over spilt milk, but we can stand up and make an address to all the issues and champions that aren't right and are straight blasphemy and debauchery for what we put forth when it comes to our time and our effort, because we can't get that time back. We can't get that money back. Even though we can make it up, we can't make back what we already spent, but we can make a difference, y'all. Point blank, period. I hope you all have a blessed day. Have an incredible, immaculate weekend to come. Let me know your thoughts once the proper intel and information is released for Johnny Gargano and what he will be a part of. More than likely, that's how he's going to be laid out. We will have a contest for him. We'll have a chance to get shards for him, but then you have to go over to the loot and pull for him. Hopefully, you pull him at 4-star gold, silver, or bronze, and you can bypass that. Or you pull him at 2-star, 3-star, and you just hope and pray that you're able to accumulate enough shards from your pulls to get him. And I know there's going to be people that still end up spending their money on this game. I for one, have been like that. 1 minute I'm not spending, the next minute I'm saving and I'm stopping. But look, the only way we're going to get these guys and gals' attention is by hitting them where it hurts, and it's obviously their pockets, because when it comes to the morality of this game, they seem to have no moral conscience at all. And again, I play multiple mobile games. FGO, Fate Grand Order, Dokkan Battle, One Piece Treasure Cruise, Dragalia Lost, okay? All these games, whenever an issue is brought up from their community, they address it, they did it, they resolve it. Boom! Champions doesn't do that. We continue to stack and stack and stack problems and issues and still feel the need to entertain them with our money and with our time when they don't deserve it. They do not deserve it right now. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I had to get that off my chest. Johnny, I'm glad you're coming into the game. I'm happy that you're joining champions, but you're not worth my time or my disposable income. So I'm saying to skip this banner if you know what's best for you. It's a trap. But if you do go and pull, and if you do go ahead and invest, I'm wishing you nothing but the best this upcoming weekend. I look forward to seeing the intel on the contest to come that's going to be around him. Remember, we got a Flash Feud coming. We got Showdown coming. So more than likely, those are going to play a part in how you get points and clear milestones for the upcoming contest, so you can possibly walk away with Gargano, as well as walk away with some coins, some tokens, maybe some brand new champions as well that you might need, certain trainers, or, fan favorites. But bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now that we know that Johnny Wrestling is officially here, what's next in Champions? And until next time, peace!